Alright, so next to the lake we have this area that we call the fairway. It's got a tree that fell into the lake that I cut up down there. Still got to clean up, but it kind of goes around the lake this way. And then we got this big patch of grown up weedy area full of poison ivy, all kinds of vines on the trees, and then we got the road over here. And there's this old fence that's here that was holding a lot of vines, generally making it hard to mow, collecting trash, which are the denizens of the world seem fit to throw out of their car alongside the road. And so anyway, so we got this fence, and it's really not keeping anybody out. It's not keeping anything in, and it's just kind of a habitat for like I said, poison ivy and weeds and trash, and it's not doing us much good. So I've worked to clean all the weeds out, clear this fence. You can see we got poison ivy and sticks and vines and stuff laying over here everywhere. We've mowed down all this stuff here. Used to look like all that stuff over there. We just haven't made it down that far. But at this point, I've undone any of the fence nails that were in the fence, holding it up to posts like that, and it's still kind of held in the ground by dirt and mud. And so we're going to use the tractor here, our Kubota L3301 HST, hydrostatic transmission. We're going to use that to grab onto this fence, lift it up out of the dirt, and get it loose so we can roll it up and get it out of here. Alright, so we got some tow straps here, and we got some carabiners on the end that are wrapped around the fence. Probably hard to see on the camera. And then those just wrap around that bar right there. And yes, I know that's not what that bar is made for, but we're not doing too much heavy force on this, just lifting this fence out of the dirt a little bit. So I feel comfortable doing that. So it looked like that worked pretty well, huh? Alright, so we got some of this fence rolled up, but we've got a little problem here. Got an old fence post there, and there's looks like a cherry tree, black cherry. It's growing there. I've already trimmed it some. Don't plan on leaving it because I got a big tree right next to it. I think that's an ash tree. I'm still new at my tree identification, and we got a big sycamore. Two sycamores right there. So I need to get this fence out in between those, and if you look right there, should be able to see that black cherry tree is growing around the fence. So I'm just going to cut it right there, and we'll worry about separating the fence from the black cherry tree when I take a chainsaw or take the tractor to it to rip it out. I'll probably, since there's metal in that tree, I'll probably just use the tractor to knock this tree over, and that way I don't have to worry about catching the train saw catching the chainsaw on that metal fence. Alright, so we got that fence standing up over there. We rolled up here. I've cut this fence here that's embedded into the black cherry tree, and this is here. Again, it's buried. I can't pull it out. I've tried. So we're going to get the tractor over here to lift it up to at least down here, where we'll might have to do some more cutting, because right here you can see that fence goes right into that tree. So we're not going to pull that out. Alright, so once again we got straps hooked up with some carabiners to this fence, and we're just going to lift this up and pull it out. Alright, now that we got that fence out of the way, it's rolled up over here by these sycamore trees, and we'll work on that next time, getting it getting that cut. So now I got to get rid of this black cherry tree and that post, and I think I'm just going to take the tractor to it, knock it over, and then we'll pick up the debris. Alright, that's one down. Alright, so there's the black cherry tree down. Just pushed it over, it broke off at the base, nice and easy. That's the way we like it. And we'll cut that up, and might use some of this thicker part here for turning something on the wood lathe, and the rest will just be firewood. So now we gotta get this post out. And these are cedar posts. I'll actually use this for turning on the lathe, because it's real pretty wood on the inside. What the outside rots, but the inside is still good. And so I'm not sure if I want to try to lift this up. I'm thinking with it so close to this ash tree that it's not going to lift out. It's probably that the roots are probably wrapped around it pretty tight, so I think I'll just push it over. Alright, so you'll notice I tried pushing this from the bottom first because I wanted to break it off as close to the ground as possible, but it didn't have enough leverage, so I had to go up top anyway. But this here is why I was talking about I'll use that wood and see how pretty that cedar is on the inside. So I was wanting to save as much of it as possible. Ended up breaking off at the ground anyway, so we're good. Now I got to get, I've got a couple of these metal T-posts that are put in there, and I think I'm going to wrap around those and just try to lift those out. That should work fairly well. And then we got another cedar post down there we'll just break off. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap one of these tie straps that I got around there a bunch of times, and then we'll just lift it up. It should be enough to grip it. Ta-da! Nothing like poison ivy shavings in the morning. Alright, time to try something new. Alright, wasn't exactly what I had in mind, but it looks like it broke off even with the ground or below, so I'm happy with the result. Alright folks, this episode of This Old Fence is brought to you by Rockdale Light, by Rockdale Brewing Company, La Crosse, Wisconsin, where all the good beer comes from. Alright, we got one last little thing to take care of before we call it a day. It's hot, sweaty work out here, and it's covered. I'm covered in poison ivy and debris, and I'm going to go take a shower and have me a nice cold Rockdale Light. At any rate, I should get paid for this. I've got a stump of a little tree over here I need to get out, and so I'm just going to take the front loader, the front bucket, and see if I can't scrape that off the landscape there. Looks like we did the trick.